And all the Apollo missions were fake, plus the Mercury and the Gemini missions, most of those were faked also. And there's various reasons why they were faked. The primary reason is because we had already been there.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
My father, in 1952, had a company called Lear Incorporated, and he was chosen as his company was chosen as the primary contractor for the research in anti-gravity, and they had completed that research by 1956, and they had their own flying saucers at that time. And they've been to the moon, I think, in 1962, and to Mars in 1972.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
Bottom line is, whether you believe it or not, the moon has a population of 250 million people up there.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
And when I say tiny, there's plenty of huge buildings up there.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
Which is, if you're looking at the moon, at 10 o'clock, there's a very, very bright object, and it's a huge, what appears to be a power generator.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
And also, it's a very good picture of a spaceport. And the control tower is easily visible there. And the gates to the saucers, there's actually a saucer at one of these gates. But NASA has painted out black, but instead of changing the shape, not only does the moon have a population on the surface, it has several civilizations below the surface, just as Earth does. We have at least 15 to 20 complete civilizations inside of Earth.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
The subject of Sasquatch and the Bigfoot, they came from Mars. Mars had a big disastrous war here.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
They managed to get some of their humanoids to Earth. And what we see as in the Sasquatch is big furry animals about 8 feet tall.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
There's really a regular humanoid 8 feet tall inside that furry costume. And I think we were allied with them to work on the alien problem, which we knew was really not looking good for us, because they are so far advanced, they actually made humans.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point.
And we're their product. And they do all the abductions. We thought that there's maybe 1 in 10 they abduct. No, they abduct everybody. Between Mars and Jupiter, we know that there's an asteroid belt. We call it the asteroid belt because there's so many little asteroids floating around there, and we don't know what made it. But what made it was there was a planet called Man, M-A-N, and it was larger than Earth, and it had 110 billion people living on there, humans, and it was in existence for millions of years, and was almost a utopia-like, but they hadn't quite reached that stage. It was just kind of an experiment. And then a million or so years ago, the ETs decided, well, we're done with this, and so they blew it up.
Well, look, nothing would surprise me at this point. John, this may this question I'm sensing is beneath you, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What is, well, I can put it in a more diplomatic way. What is this preoccupation, this new rage that some people have been pulled into about the Earth being flat? What is up with this?
That's just to see how stupid people are and what they'll believe. That's just to see how stupid people are and what they'll believe.
Well, how high do you have to get? How much altitude do you have to get before you can see the curvature?
41,000 feet.
That's it.
Just fly the Learjet all the time, and you could see the curvature of the Earth from that altitude.
Okay, well, people are saying, you have to break your programming. You've been programmed to see the curve. It's like, no. There's no programming involved. You know, everybody else got a planet, but we got a plate, right? No.
Where is the curvature? Where? No curvature.